Hello and welcome in to another Chi Time, your conscious living show with me, Claire Apollo. And today, I know if you're watching this on video, you can see the amazing sunlight that is streaming through, which is wonderful here in the UK. But here today, I'm going to be talking with an esteemed performer and meditation expert and very high-class counsellor. Lucinda Drayton is going to be with us, and we're going to be actually talking about her Christmas album, so that's a nice bit of sort of yin-yang going on. But Lucinda has been on Chi Time a couple of times before, so we're not going to run over what we've talked about before. Do have a look on the SoundCloud for those interviews. And also she came down to Bournemouth last Christmas for my very first Christmas time conscious living event, and it was utterly superb. I mean, the quality and the vibration, the singing, the things that she talks about. I mean, this lady is really, really spot on and has such a brilliant sense of humour as well, that it's a complete thrill to welcome her once again to Chi Time. So I'll just pull up the other screen and we will talk with Lucinda Drayton. Hello, lovey, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Oh, wow, it's so gorgeous that we've got some sunshine in the UK at last, isn't it?
It's been lovely this morning. I've been out and done an exercise class, so I'm feeling ready to go.
Oh, wow, what sort of exercise classes do you do?
I went to a body pump class this morning, so it's about weight bearing and yeah, it's just really good fun. Lots of going for it. Very strong women, I might say, in this class.
Like warrior women.
Really? Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah. But it is good, you know, because you're so well known for your beautiful singing and your counselling and meditation, and, you know, which is lovely yin aspects, which is divine feminine, which I think you really do embody. And yet there's this warrior strength coming through, which is, it's essential, isn't it, for us to have this balance?
Yeah, I think so. I've always been quite sporty, and I run, and it's important to keep all of that going, you know, take responsibility for your health and your well-being and your, hence the smoothie.
Oh yeah, smoothie, and I've got me turmeric in here.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, turmeric.
Very orange, but it feels good to take the colours on, like you're drinking green. Yeah. I've got this deep gold, and
absolutely.
We will confess this is actually Lammas. It's the Feast of Lammas that we're talking on the very beginning of August. So indeed, it feels very bountiful right. Energy today. But as I said in the introduction, we're really here to talk about your Christmas album, which I know has been a bit of a long time coming for you. And, you know, because you've done the Christmas concerts, you've got some beautiful, beautiful songs that are happening. And at last, you and Marcus are knuckling down in the middle of the summertime to bring through Christmas time.
Yeah, we did some vocals on about 3 tracks yesterday. So feels good. It feels good to finally say we're going to do it. And I've actually pinned him to a period of time because he's so busy. But
yes. Of course,
you know, we'll get in there, and it's you know, even though it is the middle of summer, they're such beautiful songs, you know, and you have to really concentrate because they're very slow. They're carols. It's almost like vocal exercises, really. You have to. So it's been challenging, but it's good for me. I enjoy it. They're very, very slow. So your notes have to be perfect, and you can't move them off. You know, it's very concentrated. And then, of course, to get the feeling, you have to imagine what you're singing about. Well, I do anyway, to feel about stories of the Christmas, you know, the Christmas story. It's lovely.
Absolutely. And you did a superb show for us down in Bournemouth last year. I mean, what an honour it was to really be in your presence when you were bringing through that level of chi and beauty. And I don't know, you just took us all to a very, very special place. And when you, because so Lucinda was singing well, some Christmas songs and some from your extensive back catalogue, and then you talked us through a guided meditation to connect with our angels, which was stunning. That many people together in one place focusing. This is really, really potent stuff, Lucinda. Are you keen to do more of this sort of work?
Well, I've been doing it for years and years. I mean, it's my daily practice. I mean, not necessarily angels. I have a whole thing about angels, but more really source meditation. Just becoming aware of myself as a point of consciousness and connecting into the source. which I think is one of the most powerful meditations you can do, because you're drawing that energy in, so you empower yourself. And you can do that anywhere, you know, you can do that in Tesco's in the queue.
Yeah, I agree. But what I was talking about was like getting that many people together and all focusing at the same time, you know, critical mass meditations, really.
Yeah, if you can join a group, it's great. I mean, I've been meditating with groups for years. And in fact, I'm going to go off this afternoon and tie Raki, which is a ceremony that we do in our practice, which is about tying a little thread of protection. But I feel the real focus of it is that we all get together and we sit in silence for many hours, and it just builds and builds and builds. It's beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, that coming together is very important. And just, you know, the collective power of the mind.
Yes.
Awesome stuff.
And this is the way forward, isn't it, for us to be able to change the vibration, the healing energy on the planet, is to shift we as individuals and then as a collective of individuals.
Yeah, definitely.
So are you, I'm trying to encourage you, Lucinda, to maybe consider doing, I don't know, online meditations or bigger arenas with people in? I mean, I know people like Joe Dispenza have like hundreds of people at once, don't they? And there's other online meditations and things like that. How is your
I mean, I've kind of shied away from the whole online thing. I slightly cringe.
I know, as I said it, I could feel it, yeah.
I shrink. Okay, it's not cringe. I shrink a bit at the whole self-promotion thing, because I am aware that it comes with a price. You know, when you stand on a stage and you declare this, if you're not living it, then I think that's a really dangerous thing to do. And I'm not saying that I haven't been guilty of that, because of course we all get passionate about things. We want to share them. But when you actually really start to try and walk some of this stuff, which I have been endeavouring to do for a number of years now, you know, you realise to stand up and say, to claim something, if you're not really, really practicing, can be quite damaging to people, because they feel like they're failing. So I get up and say, I'm on the path and I struggle daily, but I'm not going to give up. And I have moments of incredible grace and moments of incredible magic. But I have terrible moments too, and I work through them. But I am building a strong foundation. And I also try to give the message, you know, there ain't no quick fix.
Absolutely.
Quick fix. It's daily. It's this. It's exercise. It's sleep, hydration, good company, clean your house, declutter.
Yes.
Walk in nature.
Yes.
Slow down.
Yeah. Absolutely. But the very fact that you state all of those things and you're so human about it, you're not actually putting yourself on any pedestal anywhere. You're going, this is what I'm doing to the best of my ability. And some days I have moments of grace, other days I dive. Isn't this helpful for people who are wanting to come onto the meditation road, to not expect perfection, to not try and be like anybody else doing it, but just go, well, what is my process? What's going to work for me? And to hear someone like your story of truth and honesty there is very heartening and encouraging.
Well, good, because yes, I would say the first thing to do is be kind to yourself. Go slow, kind, be kind. I must say it to my clients. I say it, you know, 25 times a day. Just work with kindness. Let's start there. Let's start by just going, it's okay. I'll help you. Let's do this together. And talk to yourself like this. Talk to yourself with that encouragement. And, you know, because not many of us have learned how to do that. Not really. If you have, then you're very lucky. You've had good parenting or you've had good role models. Most of us, you know, with this Western kind of chasing the dream and pushing and striving, most of us are just caught up in the, oh, I've got to be better, I've got to be, you know, bigger, I've got to be whatever. And it's me included, you know, but to step off that rat race and just slow down and start to say, do you know what, you're okay as you are. Just let's start there. Yeah.
self-acceptance. And you say kinding yourself. It's a big one, and it's a moment to moment thing as well, isn't it? It's watching when the old patterns come in or whatever, and just choosing kindness wherever you can. I mean, it's the one energy that just seems to permeate through everything. Just bring kindness in, and like everyone can resonate with that. Some of them might be a bit shocked by it sometimes. How can you be so kind because of this, that, and the other? It's like, well, because kindness is not conditional. Kindness just is.
Not with me. And it must be a practice like everything else. And, you know, in the beginning, you know, you won't be very good at it, and it'll take time, and you'll fall off the wagon, and you'll find yourself running around like a blue-ass fly again and being too busy. And then you'll have to catch yourself and go, oh, I put in too much again.
Oh God, this sounds like me actually this week, because I've been living on retreat in a chalet on a cliff for a while, and I really it was great in some respect and very isolating in others.
Yes.
So to come back into full-on Wi-Fi and friends and sociable, I thought, I'll do all these things.
Yes.
And like Sunday night, I'm like burnt out again really fast, going, what have I done? I've just done too much too quickly from excitement. That old pattern again.
Exactly.
So okay, recognize it, be kind, don't beat yourself up, drink lots of water, get some sleep, do your meditation practice. You know, it's coming back to the basics that help us when we've fallen off the wagon. Get back on it again. And that's the practice, isn't it? Coming back on.
And then hopefully we start to build very strong foundations. So that when real challenges hit us, you know, divorce, breakdowns in family, death, sickness, the things that most of us will have to face at some time, losses of some kind, wobble as much, you know, we kind of go, okay, my foundations are firm, you know, and I can meet this. It'll be tough, but I can meet this.
Yes.
Very nice feeling to have, to know you are strong, to know you have resources. But you know, you don't get that overnight, you build that.
Of course. And you build it with your daily practice, which helps you with your daily life, but then it also gives you this underpinning and this resource. So you're part of the Reach approach.
I am trained. I've been working with the Reach approach method for, I don't know, 4 years now.
Right.
With my client work, and more importantly, although I've been working with it myself for 10 years, but I'm doing a postgraduate course with them. And the more I go into the depths of it, I am just blown away by it, really. It's like I see it as this huge web, and I'm starting to get little bits and seeing how it all fits together. And it's a very holistic approach to human health, you know, mind, body, spirit, environment. So and I think this is the way we need to go. Stop saying, oh, this is the way, or this is the way, but to say, no, synergy is the way. Look at it all. And as you say, you know, what works for you may not work for me. So we can't generalize. We've got to tailor things to ourselves and find out what we need, what our bodies need, what our minds need, what we need to feel good in the world and to thrive.
Yeah, so it is that self-responsibility of taking yourself on, and maybe, you know, meeting other people that are doing similar things, of course, but then bringing it back to your own perspective of how does this settle with me in my heart, what makes sense to me. And that's a big personal inquiry, isn't it? Because there's no right or wrong. It's like, it's what feels correct in your energy field. So you're not comparing to others, and I think that can be quite tricky when you first come into that.
I agree, it can. That inward looking, that watching, that, you know, asking the question, who am I when nobody's watching? Really nice question to ask. Well, if I'm not influenced by others, or, you know, the world, or what everybody thinks I should be doing.
It can be quite scary for people too, because it's like unknown territory, uncharted waters. So somebody like you, with the skills that you have, would be able to guide people kindly into that realm of personal
Yes.
inquiry.
I was very, very lucky that I had and still have a wonderful mentor and teacher. And I think, if you are really struggling, don't struggle on your own. There are great people out there who maybe a few rungs up the ladder from where you are. Do your research, and, you can get allies.
Yes.
Mm.
So if people want to find out more about the Reach approach, they just type that into search engine, it will...
Yeah, the reachapproach.co.uk. They have a list of counsellors, mainly based in the Midlands, but it's a huge free resource. So it's like a massive online free library. So you can study for the rest of your life with what is available free, which I think is one of the things about it.
That's tremendous, as well as training up counsellors like yourself.
Yeah.
Wow. So this is underpinning all of your creative work.
Yes, these days it is. In fact, it's kind of taken over my creative.
Oh, has it?
I haven't really written anything for quite a long time musically.
All right.
And I feel sure that will come, but I don't believe in pushing it if it's not flowing. I just wait. So the Christmas album is a nice entry back into just singing and the beauty of making music, really.
Do you do singing lessons with other people, or do you just sing by yourself?
No, I don't actually. I don't teach.
No.
Some lessons in the past, sort of real technique lessons, speech level singing sort of technique, but not in terms of style or anything like that. No.
What about chanting and kirtan and that kind of thing? Do you find yourself doing that?
No, I haven't really done a lot of that. That's not really my practice.
No.
I sometimes for myself, and for groups. And when I do group work, we might together, or I might teach them. Actually, I was doing a one-day workshop in Manchester last week, and I taught them a gospel tune, which was just wonderful. They loved it and sang it really well, I have to say. So I just use whatever I'm enjoying at the time. It's just about let's make sound together, because that links, connects people.
It really does, doesn't it? When you did that one-day workshop for us in Bournemouth, I think it was February. God, it seems so long ago now, doesn't it? Wow.
Yes.
And you just put out to us all, because we were, there's about 40 of us there, I think. And you said, which song do you want to sing? And it was wonderful, because we all agreed on one of your tracks, and we all sang with you. And that was just one of the highlights of my year. It was just a beautiful thing to do and to share.
Singing together is such a simple thing, which I think is why the choir, the choirs have taken off, because where's our community now? Which is why I think it is important to dance, to sing, to tell stories, to be silent together. It's our communities.
Yeah, and that's what I felt when I was isolated out on the cliff. I think I needed to do that. It was part of my transition. But I know that I don't want to live in isolation on my own. It doesn't feel right. It's just this big missing chunk. And I was grateful for being able to be on dongle or on hotspot, not quite the same. So it's finding your place in community and just being with it. I think that's what conscious living events is all about, actually. It's giving me a really good excuse to draw people together, for like high-minded and well, hopefully, not too serious. I mean, there's serious issues that we're looking at, aren't they, Lucinda? But I think having this sort of humankind, sort of slightly fun approach to it all, keeps it more accessible for everyone and lighter, as well as when you're dealing with difficulties.
I mean, when you're working with a big group, you can't open too much depth up, because it's not safe. So it's important to create those safe boundaries. But when I work with very small groups over longer periods, then we can go a bit deeper and people can bring their stuff. And then, of course, one-to-one work, you can really do the process.
So this is what you do across the board. You do one-to-one, small groups and large groups.
Yes, and they're all very different. And different vibration, different intention.
Fascinating. And you said you just become accredited.
I have, this year I finally got my head down and got my books out, and
Oh,
Or a lot of form filling and a lot of hoops to jump through, which is not really one of the fortes of my life. But I thought, no, I need to do this so that people know that I have done training, a recognised body, and safe. That's the main.
safe. You're right. When people are being vulnerable, they're opening up, they need to know that they're safe. And I think so many people that came on that one-day workshop, and I don't know how many of them actually followed up, but I know that they did feel very safe with you and would love to work with you again. So let's see what happens there. But let's get back to talking about your Christmas album. So Lucinda is coming down to Bournemouth on the 7th of December. I know you also have some events for Naked Dragon, don't you? And
thank you. Yes, we're going to Kew. We're going to Cardiff with Julie.
Yes.
Coming to you in Bournemouth, Cambridge.
Yes.
And then I think we're finishing Cornwall. With a
Are you
friend.
going to go down to Cornwall?
Yeah, we're going to do a little one down in Cornwall.
What, for Debbie Walker?
No, it's for a friend of mine, Rachel Paris. So she's
okay.
Part of Change. Really beautiful organisation down there.
That's good to know.
Small little communities, but heartfelt, And I might do actually a little church just down the road from where I live, which will be nice as well, just for a charity thing.
Okay, so this is taking the Christmas album on tour.
On tour, on the road.
Mince pies and all.
Yes,
so does that mean that you won't do any of your other back catalogue, or will you slip a couple of...
Oh no, we'll do some, because obviously a whole evening we will do. I mean, you have to do 100,000 Angels.
You really do, Lucinda, you do. Right. Otherwise we'll be shouting for it.
Exactly, and a few others as well. But the carols are so beautiful. The arrangements are they're lovely, they're folky, and they're just very heartfelt. So I think people will really enjoy.
Can you give us an example of which carols you are?
I'm going to do See Amid the Winter Snow, which is one of my favourites. I do that with a drone, so it's really interesting. It's sort of like, it goes somewhere very different. It feels very ancient. And then Little Town of Bethlehem we recorded yesterday, and Silent Night. I'm going to write one from this. Somebody gave me this old book of carols. Look, can you see?
Yeah. Wow.
Inside here is a really old book.
Ooh.
Traditional old carols. So I've been looking through this thinking, oh, what's that all about then? Some of it's in Old English. But I've been looking through here and I found a carol called Snow in the Street, The Snow in the Street. So we've called the album that, and we're going to do something with that. So watch this space.
So you haven't got music, but you've got the words.
I have got some music, and I found it online. But with these really old songs, people have done so many different things with them. Even the words change. People change the words, they change the tune. I might just look at it and take it as inspiration and do something completely new.
Yes,
it's what feels right. I think really
it does.
Yeah.
Good. So as you say, if you haven't done any classic sort of writing for a while, I would think that something that is sparkling your sort of creative juices, like, something to play with. How does this respond to me? What does it want to, what do you want to birth through you? Yeah.
I got very excited the other night. We watched, there's a 2-part Scorsese film about, was it Scorsese? Have I got the right name? Anyway, Bob Dylan. It's a biopic on Bob Dylan about his writing. Just fuels those kind of, that love of words, because he's such a wordsmith.
Yes.
So it gets my creative juices flowing again. I want to say what's there to say next. So see.
So when you write, is the music and words come together, or is it kind of little riffs come melodies and lines and poetry, or what? How does it?
Every single one of those. Sometimes words and music together and it's complete and it just comes in a one-er, which he feels like just receiving it really.
Yes.
And those usually have a lot of power. Sometimes I work on things. Sometimes it's like little phrases I pick up from other people or ideas, and then Marcus and I get together and we just see what happens really. Or he'll give me a piece of beautiful music and I'll hear the song in the music, so that's quite a nice way to work.
That's nice, isn't it? Yeah. So this is working with your partner, Marcus. He's, of course, does all the arrangement of music for you.
Yes.
And does he ever do any singing?
He does, because he encouraged me to play the guitar. He's very kind. He's a very kind person. Very encouraging, because I was not very confident about guitar playing, because I've worked with such good musicians and they're just so virtuoso-y that I tend to go a bit like, oh, not really good. But he just said, no, come on, Luce, you can do it, you can play. So he encouraged me, and I play much more these days. And in a way, I've done the same thing for him. I think I was probably a bit less kind, because I made him sing. He was like, no, I can't. I said, look, if you can't sing in front of me, who can you sing in front of? This is solo, because he sings backing vocals regularly with the Manfreds. Who But to step out there on your own in the middle of the stage is a big deal.
It is.
But he did it at the Peace concert last year, which was wonderful. He sang People Get Ready, and he did his own set, and it was beautiful.
Wow. Oh, Marcus, well done, man.
Brave.
Yeah.
He's going to play, and he's also going to play an instrumental piece that he wrote for our dog, who's asleep behind me, Willow. On the Christmas album. It's a beautiful guitar piece. So.
Oh, I think he might have just written that just before you did the gig last year, because I think you said, come on, let's have a listen to it. I seem to remember that.
That's right, your good memory. Yes, so that's going on. So it's good. It's good when you're able to work in an encouraging environment where you get to shine. He has a good voice. He has a nice voice.
Good. So when you record it, play it back to him and go, that's you, mate. That is you singing. That's what you sound like.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Cool. So I would love us to be able to play one of the tracks off the album at the end of this. So because we're recording this in the middle of the summertime, and Lucinda hasn't actually finished mixing them all yet and doesn't even know which one, we're going to actually this interview is going to get saved for a couple of weeks maybe until you do, and then she's going to bequeath us her first mixed track. So
that'll be exciting,
really special.
Yeah.
But what I would love to do, as we're all here online, I know we're kind of listening to this at different times and everything, but in the spirit of what we were talking about at the beginning, of getting together in a meditational way, in this calm and peace, I just wondered if you would be up for talking us through a really small, short, but connective, heart connective meditation. What do you reckon?
Absolutely. Yeah, no problem at all.
Thank you.
My favourite things. It reminds me to stay connected.
Okay, over to you, Lucinda.
Okay, so just let yourself be comfortable. Sit quietly. Feel your feet on the floor or your back against your chair, wherever you're sitting. And just gently breathe inwards and outwards, watching your breath enter and leave your body. This is always a good way to begin, to bring the focus inwards. So just being aware of your breath entering and leaving. And with each breath out, just let yourself sink a little and relax. So with each breath out, I sink a little and relax. With each breath out, I let go. With each breath out, I let go of any challenges I'm experiencing in my life. I let go of any tension. I let go of anxiety and worry. And I come back to peace. below all the layers of striving, pushing, running, below all the layers of worry, controlling, judging. There is a deep, deep ocean of peace. Because this is who I am. At the deepest level, all is well, and I am peace. I am peace. I am peace. And where there is peace, there is love. So this is how easy it is to connect inside to the unchanging part of myself. That's how easy it is. Your breath inwards, remember who you are.
Oh, it's beautiful, thank you. To remember that you are peace. You have that choice within you to choose peace.
Yeah.
And from there, there's the love.
Yeah.
It's just part of who we are. Behind all of those you mentioned, challenges, worries, concerns, behind it all is peace. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. It's lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you too. And thank you for sharing your wisdom and your beauty and your skills on Tea Time once again. And we look forward to seeing you in the person after this warm summer. Maybe we'll get some snowy days in December, but whatever, we're going to be party to snow on the street.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to that. So
yeah, me too.
So we're going to play you a track, and right at this very moment, we don't know which one that's going to be.
Exciting!
I like that.
If you hear it back, it'll be like, oh,
that's the one we chose.
Yeah, fantastic.
Whichever one it is, would you like to just do a little dedication around it?
I suppose I'd like to dedicate it to all the people at this time of year, the festive time of year, who are isolated or feel alone, because it is a time of coming together. It's a time of friendship and family and food. So I'd like this song to go out to remind those who feel isolated and alone that actually they're not, because at the deepest level we're all intricately connected, and that you are loved. You are loved.
You are loved. You are loved too, dear Lucinda.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'll speak to you soon.
Okay.
Have a great rest of your day, evening and summer. And may the chi be with you.
Thank you very much. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, that one. Darling.
Have yourselves a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourselves a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From Till then, we'll have to muddle through somehow. So have yourselves a merry little Christmas now. Once again, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore, faithful friends who are dear to us will be here with us once more. Someday soon we all will be together, if the fates